like when we were picking up materials for the office, Steve took the time to pick out a variety of materials to look at. I brought my wife in, and we picked out all the colors and materials in 2 hours. But your customers feel just like I do. They trust you. They would use you again if they had the opportunity. They felt like you did a good job. I visited probably 30 or more offices, 30 to 35 offices. I went around the valley. Some of them were yours, some of them weren't. But I would say this about every Denco office, is they all stood out just a little bit. There was something about them that was, some of them were fancier than others, some of them were less fancy. But they all stood out in that they had a really nice look to them. They looked clean and well designed and had good utilization of space depending on what the doctor wanted. All the offices looked good. They had something about them that was a little bit unique. They had a very pleasant feel to them, and they had, and I would say space utilization stood out in all the offices. I thought the space utilization stood out a little better in the Denco offices than some of the other offices that I looked at. I'd say Steve Anderson and Denco did a very good job of space utilization throughout the office.
And it's the attention to detail and the responsiveness and the willingness to treat it like your own. It's just second to none.
This is the second office we've done. The first one we built from scratch, and the second one we did a renovation on an older building. The connection between, how an office looks and what you can do for patients in the office, I think is so important. And we get compliments all the time on how the office looks, and how it immediately put them at ease, and the comfort coming into the office that looks professional and well decorated, and well laid out and easy to get around. The staff, definitely humongous difference in their ability to treat patients, because the layout is so easy and convenient and comfortable.
We just finished our first year. This year the office has worked out fantastic, in a fantastic way. It's been a great location. The experience of the build-out's been great. We get really great comments about design issues that Steve really had incorporated into the office, things that I really didn't even think of or wasn't concerned about. So I think that he really brought a good artistic flair into the design process as well.
Experience that Denco had with the construction and how everything is supposed to be in terms of a dental office. And, as a doctor, when you want an office, you just know that you want a dental office. You really don't know very much. You know the clinical skills, but as far as the construction part and planning stage, I sat there and, I listened to everybody's opinions and everybody's input, and I was always given a chance to decide, if I like it or not. But it was nice to have that input from people who've had the experience for so long to help guide me in the decision.
So I think having something nice for the patient's treatment and surroundings it was very, very helpful for our relationship with them, because they just like being in a nice area, and you've created, Denco has created that for us.
Probably the greatest thing that I found was the help in designing the office.
As Dr. Smith mentioned, with Denco, it was nice to get some different ideas on the layout. So it's been a really good experience. And
a major selling point to me was the design, helping us to design a system that worked well for us, and being able to construct that design in a timely fashion, stay on schedule.
I had no plan of who I was when we sat down to design it. But I know that you must have hit it on the mark, because when I come here, I'm very comfortable here. I enjoy coming here, and I don't feel any part of this is pretentious or any part is not me. I feel comfortable of the flow of the traffic. I mean, it's a place to learn the process. And then just dealing with you guys as a first build, the questions I had along the way is to value you as a resource, not just as the builder the general contractor, but a resource of what are other dentists doing, and what in your opinion, what should I do here? And we disagreed sometimes about what we think we should do, but you also let me make that decision, and you didn't tell me what my decision should be. And I wanted you to tell me what my decision should be. It'd make my life easier, but you didn't. You said, no, go think about it, talk to Sandy about it, and you'll come up with your answer. I think all that makes my situation now happy that I made the decision. Steve didn't. You know, if I didn't like something out there, it'd be easy to say, well, Steve told me to, you know, to do that. Denco told me I should do it. You gave me some options and gave me time to decide it. So now when I see something, it's like, yes, I decided that. I'm glad I decided that.